We've taken care of the first of the 2 e.l.f. boxes. If you want to see what's in this box for part 2, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and we are getting into the second box of the e.l.f. orders, the 4 orders that I placed from November 28th to December 27th. And the first video was quite a lot of products, so I'm happy that we get to do this a second time and not have a marathon of products from e.l.f. So here we go. I'm going to open up this second box with you. I ended up picking up these last 2 orders when the first 2 orders were such a tremendous success as far as opening up the products and being impressed with the way they were packaged, the value for money. Yeah, everything about the first 2 orders was really, really good. So I'm quite happy to show you the second batch, the second wave of those last 2 orders. And there's more makeup in this one, as far as the blingy kind of makeup. And I'm just going to show you the box just like that. There's a lot. It's very, very full, and let's see how I can have it in my lap without having it fall all over the place. And I'm going to show you in no particular order, and some of the items complement what was in the first 2 orders. So the first thing was a completely silly purchase, but I couldn't not. I think I got this for $5. I'm not kidding. This is 10 nail products from e.l.f. in a little pouch. And I thought, wow, I think it was $5. It was ridiculously cheap, and each one of these, I checked before purchasing, each one of these is 5 ml. It's the same size as any of the products that I got from the Ciate Mini Mani Month or the Deborah Lippmann Minis. So they're a full 5 ml, and they're the same size as well. Come on, focus. They're the same size as well as the Sephora minis that you can get as well. So to give you a sense, the Sephora minis are $7 Canadian or $5.40, I think. $5.60 Canadian if you buy them during the 20% off. And so if you think about it, I got 10 for $5. It was ridiculous. There was no way for me not to at least try this. And they've got some really neat colors, and I wanted to make sure that there were enough of these types of colors to make it worth it. Oh, and here I have a chip on my nail. Sorry about that. Just something different enough to warrant purchasing the set. I have pretty much all of these colors, but it's this bottom row that really makes it worth it, and especially pairing these with these. I think it was a good decision to make. I really enjoy some of the glitters that are here, and none of these glitters are glitters like what I have, so I'm pretty happy with that. Plus the pouch. I think the pouch will be great to put my nail products for a travel in a given pouch dedicated to nail stuffs. Next up, I was so impressed with the mineral beads that I got from the first order, which is these guys, that I ordered another variety of them. And I decided to get the mineral pearls, but this time in natural. And I got 2 of them because of the quantity that I saw in these. I felt like I could double up the product inside to make it more effective at picking up product. I could be wrong, but I'm going to try it. And this is what it looks like, same as the other one. And here are the beads, and I'm just going to open it up. They're definitely more powdery than the other ones. I'm just going to dump them in right now. And I'll open up the second one. And it does fit. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Just keep one container very full. And I bought a second one of these, and I'm going to dump that second container and do the same thing here. Okay, and here is the second container of those little mineral beads. Whoops. These little mineral beads. There's a plastic cover on it for some reason. I guess it's to prevent the beads from smashing into the top of the container. I'm going to open this up and dump it into the previous container that I got from the one of the first two orders. Okay, and just letting them settle in. And here I go, covering that one up. Good, so I have two containers, one that is more of a bronzing type set of beads and one that is more of a color correcting set of beads. So each one of these doubled up cost me about $8 Canadian. I'm just super, super excited to use both of them. And now these two empty containers, I am actually going to be putting powders in these containers or creams for travel. I think that this is going to be the perfect size to have a smaller amount of product coming with me, because some powder jars are pretty big and this looks like a decent size for either moisturizer or powders. Next up, I have a little bit of skincare, and this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Melt Cleanser. And if you're familiar with gel melting cleansers, you know they're expensive. And I'm really excited to try this one. And it's quite a heavy container. It's called the Hydrating Gel Melt Cleanser. Morning and evening, using dry hands, gently massage cleanser into the skin to dissolve makeup and to clean the skin. Activate with warm water to work into a light lather, rinse, clean, and pat dry. And it's got a protective cover, and this is what it looks like. It's very clear as a gel. And I want to try that compared to the Clinique Take the Day Off, to the Pharmacy Green Clean. I really want to try it and put it through its paces compared to some much more expensive products. And I'm super excited about this one in particular. I still can't get over how cheap all these products are. I also picked up an oil control blotting powder, which is useful in the summertime. And again, these were just a couple of bucks each. It was crazy, crazy inexpensive. So again, this is what the box looks like, and this is the product. I really, really like the aesthetic of the e.l.f. packaging. Okay. And so we have, oh, it's a nice, again, big mirror, full-size blotting powder, and I can tell there's a container underneath. For the foam applicator. That is great. That is super. And how much in here? 8.5 grams, which is great. I mean, for some of these powders, you can pay $40 for a high-end brand. So I'm really hoping that this sheer blotting powder is as good as some of the more expensive stuff that I've purchased. Now, I won't be trying this until the summer because right now it's very dry. I don't need this powder right now. And I'm not buying highlighters anymore, but these I could not resist. They were a couple of bucks each. It was ridiculously cheap. There is the Blue Lagoon and the Mermaid Tail. And I'm really excited to try these out. I'm not swatching everything because it would take way too much time for this video, but I will, when I start using these products, I will make sure to show you on camera. Again, a nice big mirror and the two sides of this highlighter. Now this color looks like it repeats in the two, but it doesn't. They are different. So this one is more of a kind of a lime green highlighter, and this one is more of a, looks like almost a prismatic lavender color. So I'm very pleased with that. This is the Mermaid Tail. Oh no, this is not. This is the Blue Lagoon. And oh, and it's got sort of the e.l.f. is a little bit holographic. That's cool. Nice. And then this one, Prismatic Highlighting Duo. This time it is Mermaid's Tail. Or Mermaid Tail. Mermaid Tail. So same deal with this. And again, the challenge that there is no wording here to tell me which one is which. I'm probably going to put a sticker on it or something. Otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. And this is Mermaid Tail. So more of a peachy highlighter on one side and a purpley highlighter on the other side. Very, very pretty. Again, just a few dollars. It was ridiculous, ridiculous. I have a few more cream products. I have and it's a little bit dusty because they put in this type of box filler, but I don't care. It's just a little dusty. This one is 14 milliliters, and this was a free product with the purchase, and it's the Hydrating Face Primer. And this is what it looks like. And 14 mil is not unusual for a face primer, so I'm not unhappy with that. And I like the bottle. It's plastic, but just kind of that cloudy white plastic, I think is a nice choice aesthetically for the packaging. And then a similar packaging, there is this foundation serum with goji berry, and it's a broad spectrum SPF 25, which got me excited and interested. So I'll be trying that one as well. And it's a half an ounce, I think. Yeah, 0.47 fluid ounces or 14 mil again. And the fact that it has SPF really, I just find it very exciting. So happy about that. Got a few more makeup items here. I have the HD Under Eye Setting Powder. And this is a tiny, tiny container at 1.2 grams or 0.04 ounces. And this is the product in question. This is the one I just thought I would give it a shot. So there's a tiny, tiny little sifter here. And it's a really tiny product, but I will see what it's like. I don't mind trying a new product, especially since it was so cheap. But yeah, I'll try it. I'm not sure about the brush, but it's in there. At least it's something to know. So I'll have this in a future video. This was one of those, for a couple bucks, I'll see what it's like. So we will see. And this one was the same thing, just a few dollars. This is the Sheer Tint Brow Gel from, again, of course, it's all from e.l.f. I don't know why I feel the need to say that it's from e.l.f. And looks like a decent sized tube. And this brush makes me think of the Annabelle Skinny mascara brush, actually. So I'm looking forward to trying that product out. And it says it's in light, it's a sheer tint brow gel. So I'm curious to see how this works compared to the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and the Tarte brow setter as well. I don't remember the name of the Tarte one, but I'll be comparing this one to a few higher end brands. And this is a product I think we all need in our arsenal. It is the Lip Lock Crayon in Clear, and any kind of clear lip liner is just a good idea to have. And so I thought I would try this one because it was $1 or $2. It was really inexpensive. And this is what it looks like. So just a clear, typical clear liner to put on your lips to help your lipstick adhere and also to prevent it from going outside the lines, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. And this one I bought completely on a whim. This is the Stardust Glitter Eyeliner in Seafoam. And I'm really curious about this one. It's glittery and it's for the eyes, so of course I'm curious. It's just the way I am. So Stardust Glitter Eyeliner. The product looks like this. And let me just do, I didn't do a swatch of very much, but this one I was really curious about. Oh yeah. I think it's going to do a super, super topper for an eye look. Here's what it looks like. Isn't that cool? I hope I'm going to get enough color. That is going to be super pretty on the eye. I'm really, really excited to try that. It shifts all sorts of colors. It really does look holographic just because it's shifting blue, purple, pink, yellow, green. Yeah. I think this was $1.60 or something. It might end up being one of the favorite products in this whole set of 4 orders. That's crazy, but I'll try it. 4 products to go. We're almost there. I almost lost track of this one through all that little crinkly brown paper. It's a tiny box, and it's the Correct and Set Eye Powder, banana powder. Come on, come out. Correct and Set. And this is how many? This is 2 grams. And it's a tiny, tiny container with a little sifter again. I'm looking forward to reusing these containers, I have to say. It's probably going to take me 4 years to get through this, but I am looking forward to being able to reuse these containers as they go, which is great because it means that I won't get bored of the aesthetic of the whole e.l.f. line. I'm really, for such an inexpensive brand, I'm so impressed with how they package for shipment, how they package the product itself, how they present it in the outer packaging. I think they do a really, really good job. I'm super impressed. This brand, this stuff could cost double and I would still consider it good value. I guess regular price, because everything I got pretty much was half off or 60% off or whatnot. And this is another brush from e.l.f. I'll just show you the first brush from the part 1. Okay, so from the first box was a pointed powder brush. So I'm just going to show you the difference because from one video to the next, you might say, well, she has that already. But this is the first brush I showed you in the first order. And this is the brush in the second order. You see how it's more rounded, kind of a dome shape? It's flat because of the packaging. But this is more of a full usual powder brush, and this one is far more domed shape. Again, they were flattened out during the in the packaging, but I think you can see the significant difference between the two. So I was intrigued by both shapes, and I'm happy that I have both of them. So again, this one is called the Flawless Face Powder Brush, and this one the Pointed Powder Brush, which I'm more so going to use under the eye. And it's so neat that they come in these little packages, which I intend to keep for travel. I love the fact that I can protect my brush so easily by just keeping the resealable backing. That is very cool. It's one of those design touches that leaves a positive impression. I know I'm enthusiastic. I promise you none of this is sponsored. It's just, I'm just a very happy consumer right now. Now, the last 2 products in the last box, which also these 2 products ended up being in my last order, I'm a little surprised I picked up. I'm not a big fan of the clear plastic window on eyeshadow palettes. I've said that for each one of the Natasha Denona 5-pan palettes that I've picked up. I'm not a fan, which is why I keep them in their boxes, because I don't like the aesthetic of it. I don't appreciate it whatsoever. I like to have a solid opaque cover on my eyeshadow palettes. And I did want, though, to try the e.l.f. eyeshadow formula, and very few of their palettes had an opaque cover. And these palettes, again, the fluff from the cardboard, these 2 palettes came on for $5 each. And I thought, $5 each to try 15 shadows? Are you kidding me? So I thought, okay, fine. I will try it. So I'm going to open up this palette. And I did open it up before just to make sure nothing was damaged. And here is the first one. It is called the Haute Chocolate Eyes Sugar. And this is the palette right here. Sorry about the glare from the ring light. And I was interested, now this is 2 of a number of palettes they have, just the 2 that spoke to me a little bit. And I appreciated the little bit of grunginess that was available from this palette, with the green here and the yellows and a little bit of the deeper colors right here. So I thought I could do some interesting colors with it. And how many grams per eyeshadow? So it's 12 grams total, and there are 15 shadows. So what, 0.8 or something per shadow. So I'm okay. I'm okay with trying them. There are a number of interesting shimmers. There's a silver, there's a deep green, There's a bronzy color, a gold color, a typical flattering pink here. I'm good to try. And there's a decent balance of mattes, 2, 4, 6, 8 mattes. I'm good with that. And then shimmers and metallics. So I will try this. And again, for a $10 palette, in my case, a $5 palette, that's amazing to me. And the other one is this Haute Chocolate Eyes in Spice. So the first one I showed you was sugar, and this is spice. So let me take it out of the package as well. Okay, so very similar packaging to the first one. And that yellow really got me, I have to admit. And I felt like they were complementary to each other. It's not really that much overlap, if any. And I like that burnt orange, the yellow. I really appreciate that purple up there. I just thought I could do some nice, interesting looks there. And again, quite a few mattes. Looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mattes again. So out of 15, 8 mattes, 7 shimmers or metallics. I think that this is a decent looking palette. I heard e.l.f. shadows were decent, and I am looking forward to trying them for myself. And I think that 30 pans of eyeshadow will give me plenty to think about as far as this brand. Although I have to say that that clear window of a cover kept me from wanting to try these for a while. So, and I'm probably going to not display them like this in my collection. Not a big fan. But if they end up being decent palettes, I wouldn't hesitate to throw them in my travel bag for travel, assuming that I can make some decent looks with them. So that is it. That is the rundown of 34 items. Some of them, as I mentioned, had been gifted. I tried to go over which ones those were. But 34 items for $107.70. That is amazing to me. That even if half of the products that I have here work for me, I would still consider the set of 4 orders that I made, this overall haul, so to speak, would be a resounding success. So I am looking forward to trying these products. You will see them pop up in videos on this channel over probably a whole year by the time I get through everything and can report back. And I'm really, really excited about it. So yeah, stay tuned for a lot of try-ons, a lot of commentary about them showing up in my empties, obviously. You'll see a lot from this brand definitely during this year that is 2020. So that is it for the part 2 of what I am bringing into my makeup and skincare collection from the e.l.f. Cosmetics brand. I would love to hear from you if you have recommendations for e.l.f. products, recommendations on how to use some of the products that I have unveiled in these last 2 videos. I am all ears. And also, if you know of any e.l.f. products aside from, well, in these 2 videos and aside from what I've picked up, that are dupes for higher end, more expensive brands. I am all ears. We can all learn from each other on that point. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. You know that. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.